I started off my hunt at a local tourist destination, taking in the sights. Got set up on the first property of the night, watched some geese for a while as they made their way through the winter wheat. And after about an hour, carpe sous, got the first hog of the night. Turns out to be the only hog of the night. And I'm getting video through my Fusion Thermal Avenger 55XR 2.5, 55mm, 640 resolution and 50 Hz. As I go through the color palettes, of which it has 4. For the most part, I really prefer either black hot or white hot. I don't use the others very much at all. I actually watched this hog for a while. I would like to get a lot closer, but there's a fence in the way, so right now I'm going through looking at the different reticles that the Avenger has. It has a total of 7 reticles and then one screen without a reticle for a total of 8 options. And there are 4 different reticle colors. At this point I'm standing up on a little knoll well above the fence that's about 30 yards in front of me. I decided maybe it'd be best if I advance up to the fence, get a little closer to the hog in order to take a shot. And in the process the hog runs off, so here we are 6 minutes later. The hog has finally come back. And I'm back up on top of the knoll. I'm going to be shooting my TX-15 multi-purpose carbine enhanced from Lone Star Armory. It's in 6.5 Grendel. And I'm going to be shooting some maker tipped Rex 95 grain bullets loaded by Druid Hill Armory and the Starline brass. Alright, 185 yards, here we go. That turned out to be a beautiful shot. It actually severed the spine just behind the head. But I don't know this at the time. And this hog is going through the curly shuffle for what I think is going to be a prolonged period of time. At this point I'm looking to see if it's raising its head. It's not raising its head, but it's still kicking too much, so I want to go ahead and try to get it stopped. That shot did not connect solidly. It actually grazed the shoulder. And that one went into the head. And I'm confident that this hog is 100% dead. This is just nerve action.
Brass Catcher by Tactical Brass Recovery.
Turned out to be a 170-pound boar with the first shot going right there through the neck, and the second shot causing the intracranial overpressure, resulting in some blood coming out of the ears. And carpet caster, earlier in the week, I did some varmint hunting for a couple of my landowners. I'm here at a tank that has a beaver problem. The beavers keep boarding up the drains, and that's not a good thing. Landowners cleared them out and he wants to keep them clear, but the beaver have returned. So here I'm getting video on this beaver, and then it goes subsurface on me. And about 7 or 8 minutes later, he is back at the surface, and I'm zoomed way in on 10x. I managed to drop him with that shot.
That looked good. Got a body.
And here I've sped up the video again. I'm just making sure that he is absolutely dead, not just wounded. He's going through his curly shuffle. And then he's on the back doing the back paddle, so that beaver is done. And moving on to my landowner's property that has a skunk problem, Carpe mephitis. This is the property where I killed 7 skunks the other night. And more skunks are back out in his front pasture. That's the first skunk down for the evening. On this next skunk, he walks into a low spot. I think he's behind some high grass. He's just actually in a low spot because this grass is pretty short. And I'm going to burn this first shot, thinking that I'm going to take him in the higher grass, and this shot's in the dirt. So the skunk takes off running. The skunk is down at this point, but I'm going to stay on him to see if we can see him spray. In my last video, James Tucker asked about how many of the skunks spray after being shot. And it's quite a few of them. This one is spraying.
He's spraying.
So I'm going to zoom in here and take a look at it. There we go. That's pretty impressive. But you're going to see something even better later.
That's a death reflex.
This is why I don't like to get too close to the skunks to take pictures, because you never know where this stuff is on the ground. Once you walk through it and get it on your boots, then you track it into your truck, and that is just awful. Next skunk at 60 yards. And this next skunk is going to be my super sprayer for the night. Here we go. As I get focused in, I see him start to twitch, and then he starts to spray. And look how far this stuff is shooting out. Supposedly they have the ability to spray at about 15 feet accurately.
Look at that spray.
I have no doubt that he can spray farther than that, just maybe not so accurately. At this point, I'd like to say thank you for all the comments and feedback support that you, the subscriber and viewers, provide to help this channel. Y'all have been absolutely terrific. As several of you have noticed, most of my videos go unmonetized on YouTube because of the content that I provide. As you can see, for the last 28-day period, I made a whopping 15 bucks and change from YouTube. I could easily move my content to another, more friendly platform, but as I've seen from other content creators, I could easily lose upwards of 90% of y'all in the process. I don't want that. I would rather interact with y'all here via comments and the occasional emails than to generate more income. A few kind folks have asked for my Patreon account in order to contribute to helping the channel with some of the expenses and getting gear and whatnot. I don't have a Patreon account, but if you would like to help the channel, YouTube does have a feature where you can donate to the channel. Under one of my videos, if you press this button on the computer screen that has the 3 little dots, you will get this pop-up box that has this thanks button that you can press. And that will bring another pop-up that will give you the slider bar, and you can donate anywhere from $2 to way too much money, and any little bit would be of help. If you're watching on an Android phone, and I assume it's the same for an Apple phone, you've got this button bar that you can slide to the left, press the thanks button, and start the process from here. I won't kid you, the income would always be helpful to the channel to help produce content. Every little bit helps, but at the same time, I'm not doing this for profit, just trying to not go broke producing videos. I really like taking y'all along on my hunts, having the opportunity to share with you the things that I've learned, am continuing to learn, and getting your feedback, help, and questions. Carpe sus, my friends.